Yo, this is Kevin. This is my weekly recap and outlook for DAX, the German index. So let's get straight into it. As you can see, this is a weekly candle, very bullish. We opened at 23,769 and closed at 24,394.1. If I go into the daily, you can see doji, bullish, 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 bearish because of open high low close. But before I break this down, first things first, go check the news. We did have not a lot of news this week, but we had 3 red folders, or 4 red folders, should I say. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. But yeah, so coming into this week, I was bullish. You can see both draws and liquidity got hit. The level, in fact, didn't get tapped. I did say I wanted something like this. Take this high, come back down, and then go up. That, in fact, didn't happen. You can see we just edged this low and then pumped all the way up to this high, which would have been draw as well. But you can see this full Wyckoff got respected. This was the RTO from the selling climax. Disgusting sweep here, and then straight to draw liquidity. So yeah, that full Wyckoff played out very clean. Love to see it. So yeah, let's just get into Monday. We opened up. Let's just see. Open up London session on Monday. We came and took the drawn liquidity, first drawn liquidity, before London session even opened. I did want sells here, so you could have got a nice sell here. Let's just see. Swap liquidity, broke structure here on the 15, and then we had very nice fair value gap here. Let's just have a look. And the 5 is really clean. This 5-minute was clean. I know movement side around 10 a.m. After that, we dumped, took out these weak lows. Is this a sweep? Think so. Wait, yeah, this sweep was immaculate. That was low of the day. 2 p.m. on Monday. But we didn't, in fact, touch the purple line or even this 4 hour. See how it looks on the 4 hour. We did, in fact, touch this though. This 4 hour inverse, we touched it twice, and that just held us low of the week. So I will be deleting this level. Unfortunately, didn't get tapped, but this 4 hour inverse did, so that's nice. You can see very clean. And then all we did was just tap OTE off of it from this high. Yep. What we'll do is just this instead. And then drag it across so you can have a better look. There we go. So our sweep pillars low of the day. New York session. We kind of just pumped after that disgusting sweep. Could have got maybe a buy here. This high got swept. I'm on the 3-minute, but I should go on the 15 realistically. Fair value up here, tapped in, inverse, no inverse. Just a fair value up, tapped in, came back down, and then we closed. So that was Monday, closing doji from literally here. This was the whole of Monday. You could have got these nice sells down, and then this buy up, and then sold back down. Coming to Tuesday, London session. I think we had news on Tuesday. Let's have a look. Yeah, 3 p.m. So we'll have a look out for that. All we did was just tap OTE. You can see here OTE 9 a.m. Good timing for low of the day. Tapped up perfectly. Here's the 5-minute closes. 9 a.m. open, and we just pumped. Good break structures here, like triple break structure. 1, 2. That's not even 1, but 3. And then like here, whenever you see like 4 break structures, it just means momentum realistically. And then you can see this move up. So you could have caught this very clean. I want to see what New York did. I also want to see how prior to London, how the closes were. So you were bearish here, broke structures down, but the 4 hour was just bullish. I don't think we broke structure. Yeah, the 4 hour did not break structure to the downside once this week, which is good to see, I guess. It shows buyers were in control. But yeah, you had a nice draw, obviously being this high, and then obviously being the drawn liquidity. But yeah, that was London session on Tuesday. Coming into New York, we did have news. Was it 3 p.m? Yep. This is good as well because although we did sweep news low, that's the 10-minute. Price came back down to resweep it. This was 3 p.m. 3:20. This is a nice OTE tap. I can see here, there, and it's also perfect right here. You could have bumped it, but yeah, that pumped all the way till almost -2. But obviously took Monday's high, and then we started to reverse. That was Tuesday London session, coming to Wednesday. I mean New York session. Wednesday we did sell off. This was London, yeah. So prior to London, we were just bearish, like we were coming down. Break structures here on the 1 hour, and then the 4 hour, of course, no break structure. But we had this beautiful 4 hour bullish fair value up. I will mark this out and make it blue. You can see how perfectly it was respected. 7 a.m. closed here, and then 8 a.m. Where do we close? 7 here? Wait, what? It's interesting. I don't know why it's showing that. But either way, 7 a.m. Closed, 8 a.m. opened. We took that low again, and it is just an hourly week low getting taken. You can see this week low on the hourly. Even swept this one, which would have been 12. Tapped into this 1 hour inverse. Very clean. Tap into that 1 hour inverse. Lowered the day on Wednesday. And of course, it is like golden pocket. Perfectly sits golden pocket. Almost comes down to OTE 0.786. But yeah, very clean. That's low. That was low the day on Wednesday. And then once that happens, big displacements up on the 15. This candle here, like barely a bomb wick, showing buyers are in control. Perfect 5-minute fair value up after these sweeps. And then we just pumped all the way to the second drawn liquidity. That was nice. But then, of course, momentum pushes us up all the way till this daily week high. I will mark this out because it was the next draw. You can see clean range from like here to here. So you can see why Thursday and Wednesday pumped. But yeah, that was Wednesday. Let's have a look at what Wednesday New York session did. Was there news on Wednesday? I don't think so. 115 on 130 right here. Yes. So of course this sweep and this break, we tap back into the order block, which is nice to see. Sweep of these lows, break of this high. You would draw it from this because this, oh wait, sorry, this is the most recent break structure. So let's get rid of this. It's also on the 15. You can see how nice this was. And this was when news hit at 1:30 on Wednesday. See what New York session did. It just expanded higher. Very nice tap of these order blocks. You can also see this as perfect AMD accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. Happens quite a lot. But yeah, that was Wednesday, New York session. There was also news at 3 p.m. But you can see it got swept, which is nice to see. The only news which didn't get swept was, I think, this 1:30 news. So this will probably be a future drawn liquidity, and I'll probably just mark it out honestly. With the green line, where is it? 1:30. Right here. Yep. So that'll be a future drawn liquidity for next week. But yeah, that was Wednesday. Thursday now, it was just straight bullish. Let's have a look on the hourly and the 4 hours. So, of course, hourly was bullish prior to open. No break structures here, but of course, this huge break structure past the drawn liquidity. 4 hour was bullish, and then you just look at it from 15-minute liquidity. This is like an A-star setup. 15-minute liquidity sweep, break structure, fair value gap. This has happened many times before. You would enter off here, stop loss below the low, and then if you target this clean draw, it's like easy 5. But you can see this reaction off of, look, literally 0 drawdown straight to drawn liquidity. So this Thursday trade, very clean. It starts out for 1 hour bullish. Love to see it. New York session on Thursday. Here you can see we kind of reversed. Is kind of understandable, since if you interpret this as expansion, New York would reverse, New York reversal. Of course, if you go into the hourly, because we did tap a few things, I just want to have a look what we actually swept. We didn't sweep this high. This is the final high we swept, so I will mark that out. And we kind of reacted off of this order block. Either way, sweep here, and then we came for no low. Actually, we just edged it, which would have been a draw for Friday. But yeah, nice little reversal on New York. At this point, there's a bunch of news around the world with the US. It didn't really affect DAX that much, but it did Nasdaq, and like the whole US government shut down. So this little dump here was nice. Stopped moving around 4 p.m. But it was a nice little rebalance, whatever you want to call it. Left behind these double lows on the 15 and the hourly. That's a low for sure. And yeah, that was Thursday coming to Friday. Friday was very, very clean. You can see the reaction off of this sweep. If you look at it on the hourly, swept, came down. We didn't break structure, which is unfortunate, but I was still bearish. If you go into the 15, there was a very nice weak high. See this high here? It got swept, edged one of these. OTE, of course. See how that looked. It was very clean on the 1 minute. OTE. High of the day held at 5, which is honestly fine because of the sweep. You can see the reaction off of this. Nice little order block here. Respected, sweep respected. And then this OTE ran -2. And then you had a nice drawn liquidity for these cells. But either way, on the 15 it was very clean. Just this sweep plus OTE on the 15. Whenever you see London open, like come up for a high and then reject like this, it just means you're gonna dump, honestly. I just want to see if anything was there, but I know somebody caught this sell around 8:16, 8:18, around here. Nice, like 1 minute inverses, I guess. I entered around here, but I think I entered prematurely. I don't really talk about my trades on here, but this sweep here was very clean, and then protected high got protected, and then we just went straight for the draw. So very good trade there on Friday, and then we had the last new session at 3 p.m. You can see he had a nice low, kind of reversed, didn't really tap anything, but then we came back up and then took the news low. So all news low got hit except for the one down here, which is going to be our draw. So yeah, let's see how having a look at what New York opened it. I mean, maybe you could have got a sell, but I don't think you would have traded this time. After this draw got hit, price just accumulated the entire day. But yeah, that was this week. Very, very good week. You can see all draws were hit, and the level didn't hold as low the week, but Monday did hold as low the week. So very clean. Remove all drawings. As for next week, looking primarily for sells. I'm still bearish. If we look at in the monthly, we did take this monthly high, right? That was the reaction we saw on Friday. So I am bearish. This whole Wyckoff, it was a bullish Wyckoff, and you can see it got completed. We have a protected high right here. It didn't get taken, so it was still protected. It's also OTE from this high, and then you can see these closes here on the daily showing it could hold, right? So we're gonna see what happens. But I did just remove the drawings, but my draws are primarily this low right here. You can probably see there's a gap on the 15 and 30. This gap right here, first drawn liquidity. Second drawn liquidity would have been this news low, which didn't get taken. What news event was it? It was non-farm employment change. Not really that big, but still a good draw. So them would be my two draws. Where do I want to sell from? Honestly, we've left behind two bearish fair value ups here on the 4 hour. It would be nice to tap into these. I want to see 505. Let's go into the 15. Let's just have a look. Probably just here, this 1 minute gap. 519.1. Honestly, that's perfect. This 1 minute gap here. That's fine. So yeah, that is what I want. I do expect also price to come back to that daily OTE level. I want to have a look at where that is again. It is, wait, it's from this side. Yes, that would be perfect, and I might have two levels, just one more of this daily OTE. 495. That's fine because there's an hourly week high here. That would be fine, yeah. Accumulation here, at least we took this news low. So I expect Monday to do something like this. I will remove drawings except for this. Let's have a look on the daily. Daily, we also left behind these big fair value ups. Of course, I want price to come fill these up. On the weekly, I didn't want this fair value up to get respected. It would have been nice if we took this high and then closed below, but that was a bit optimistic. We could see this used as an inverse also, but what I want is this whole monthly flipping to the downside. That would be impressive. So yeah, these are my drawn liquidities. I don't like how this purple line is all the way over there. But yeah, that's the DAX recap. These are my drawn liquidities. I want something like this for next week. Very simple. Keep it clean and simple. And see you next week.